those portion will be very hard. The plaster becomes very hard. So this is an example of chemical change. So here are some of the examples. Then it's given out here. So what are some of the signs in chemical reaction? Gas being produced, solid being precipitate, sound or light being produced, temperature changing, a color changes occur, a substance disappears, a new order is produced. So these are some of the indication which shows that chemical changes are taking place. So here we have some example, also some examples of chemical changes. A very good one will be the slicing of potato and apple. So whenever you slice a potato and you are only able to eat the half portion of it, and you are keeping the half portion for sometimes, that after sometimes you are going to eat that half portion. So as you keep in the kitchen, and after a few hours, when you observe that apple, the half portion one, you find that inside the apple, you find that in the surrounding part you see that brown ring. So those are some of the examples of chemical reaction. So because of some chemical reaction taking place out there, apple is forming a brown ring around it. So these are some of the examples. And cutting of food, burning of incense, like burning of this thing, dhoop, is also a chemical reaction. Because why? Because whenever we are burning it, you're getting some you're getting the smell of the incense, as well as you see the product. Once you burn the incense, it's impossible to get back the original one. So this is an example of chemical reaction. Also burning of food is also an example of chemical reaction, because once you burn the wood, some chemical reaction occurs out there, and because of that some product is formed. So because of that you cannot get the original wood. Now chemical reaction. So I was talking about chemical reaction. Now chemical reaction is a process in which any two substance, and it can be any two substance or a substance, it reacts to give us product. And whenever we are mentioning that chemical reaction in terms of equation, those will be our chemical equation. So here are some of here they have given us carbon dioxide can be tested by passing through a lime water aqueous solution of calcium hydride, which turns lime water milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate. So I would like to show this chemical reaction in chemical equation. So the reaction which I say, so it's carbon dioxide, CO2 is carbon dioxide, when passed through lime water, that means your lime water will be calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide is CaOH whole 2. So this is calcium hydroxide. So whenever carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide reacts, the product you are getting will be calcium carbonate hydrogen. So okay, hydrogen, as it's not mentioned, so I will not be writing it. So as you can see in the reaction out here, carbon dioxide when reacts with calcium hydroxide, you are getting calcium carbonate. So this is a chemical reaction, and I have written it in chemical equation. So this thing is your chemical equation. The same way for different equation, for different reaction we will be having chemical equations. Now next one is rusting. Now rusting is a process in which the upper layer of iron, when exposed to air and moisture for a longer period of time, a brown flaky substance is formed which makes the iron very weak, and the quality of iron is no more good. So that is rusting. So usually the thing which is required for rustings are iron plus oxygen plus water will lead to rusting. So if you have iron at your house, and if it is exposed to air and moisture for a very long period of air and water for a long period of time, those iron will not be good for using for any other uses, because after some times it will form a brown flaky substance at the top, and which is your rusting. So the chemical equation of rusting, I think it's given out here. Chemical formula of rusting is Fe2O3.XH2O. So this is the formula of rust. So usually what happens, whenever an iron Fe2O3, and iron comes in contact with water. Iron comes in contact with water and moisture. Iron oxides are formed. Fe2O3 is your ferric oxide. Ferric oxide is formed and whenever this ferric oxide comes in contact with water, you will see that Fe2O3.XH2O. That means your rust are formed. So because of rusting, you see that big ships and all, which big ships and other substances which are made out of iron. So because of rusting, those substances become very weak. So once they are weak, they get easily those are very like once those irons and all they come in they become rusted, so they loses their strength. So usually iron is known for their strength, and also once they lose their strength, it can no more be useful. So here are some of the ways of preventing rusting: painting, applying oil, galvanizing, and alloying. So painting is just painting with color as you do it at your home, the iron windows and all. Galvanizing, okay, applying oil, just like a grease kind of substance you put on the surface of the surface of the iron. Then you have galvanizing. Galvanizing is a process with the help of which we apply zinc, coat of zinc at the top of the iron. And alloying is mixing different kinds of metal with the help of which a substance is formed, that is known as alloy, which will be having all the property of the metals which are mixed together. So displacement reaction. So displacement reaction is a kind of chemical reaction in which a substance reacting will be displacing a substance. So I think you didn't get the definition, so I would like to show a reaction. Let us say so when a sodium reacts with hydrogen chloride, you see that sodium chloride is formed and hydrogen is coming out. So this is an example of displacement reaction. Why? Because sodium is able to displace the hydrogen and it is forming a bond itself, but it is releasing hydrogen. So we can see a sodium is displacing hydrogen. So this one is known as a displacement reaction. And with the help of displacement reaction also, with the help of displacement reaction also, in some cases we can prevent rusting. So with the help okay, so it's the same thing out here. So now the next thing is combustion. So combustion is a chemical reaction in which that means combustion is your burning. So usually for burning, oxygen gas is very much required. In order to burn light, or in order to produce, oxygen is required. So that is combustion. So crystallization is a process by which pure crystals of substance are obtained from impure solution. So usually crystallization is a process from which we can get a pure substance. So usually it's one of the method, the very known example of crystallization is formation of salt. So usually salty waters are crystallized, and from there we get the crystals of salt, and all the waters will be evaporated. So this is an example of crystallization. So with this we complete the chapter, and I want my students to do page 71, choose the correct answer. Then they should do this question of physical and chemical change in question number 8. With this we end the chapter. Thank you.